Hello, and welcome to YOEFI, the UK's most comprehensive inheritance tax calculator. In this short demo, we'll walk through a simple estate. Our goal is to model the inheritance tax liability for someone who wants to leave their estate to their spouse and then to their direct descendants. The first step is to add relationships into the application. This allows us to accurately model different inheritance scenarios. To do this, we'll open the Relationships section and enter the required details, first for the spouse and then for the direct descendants. In this example, that will be our son. Once our relationships are in place, we can begin modeling the estate itself, in the context of the people around us. To do this, we'll navigate to the Assets section. Here, you'll find a wide range of asset types that can be logged against the estate. Let's start with one of the most common, property. We can add a residential property using only the information that's relevant to the individual's circumstances. YOEFI only asks for data that directly impacts inheritance tax, including information that may qualify for exemptions. Next, we'll add a bank account. No sensitive bank details are required, as they aren't relevant to the calculation, and security is always a priority. The platform supports a broad range of both physical and non-physical assets. We'll now add a vehicle, and finally, an ISA investment. It's important to pay close attention to the beneficiary flow. You'll see that the estate is set to pass first to the spouse and then to direct descendants. This allows us to model an initial transfer to a spouse and then simulate the inheritance tax position on the second death, assuming a standard set of mirror wills are in place. Finally, we can add any estate liabilities. In this case, a mortgage linked to the property asset we just added. Now that everything is modeled, we can review the final calculation. At the top, you'll see the estate complexity score. This gives a high-level indication of how complex the estate is. Below that is a summary of the estate itself, including the gross value, the value after liabilities, and most importantly, the inheritance tax due. The full calculation is shown beneath, with all applied reliefs and discounts clearly outlined. Any rules applied during the calculation are listed underneath, along with direct links to the relevant HMRC guidance. A detailed breakdown of each asset and its individual tax treatment is available in the Assets tab, including any exemptions applied. Because we selected a beneficiary flow of spouse, then direct descendants, the model shows two layers of analysis. First, the transfer to the spouse, and then the inheritance tax position on the second passing, showing what the direct descendants would ultimately receive. Allowances can be carried over and adjusted as required, with the calculation updating in real time. All applicable HMRC rules for each scenario are fully visible in the Rules section. Finally, all of your data is securely stored in your account and accessible at any time. The dashboard provides a complete overview of your assets and liabilities, which can be updated at any point to instantly reflect new calculations. This concludes just a basic example of what YOEFI has to offer. Sign up now to model your estate and see the true power of YOEFI.